But what about my man?
Good luck and have fun.
But what about my man? But what about him?
My man!
My man. It's catching up there. Alright, let's go have a little zappy zap, shall we? Alright, so as much as it's nice to go do blink pressure, guys, let's remember to focus on crisp forge timing, crisp extra gateway timing. I should have queued up that extra dude beforehand, but hey, we got a gateway down right on time, which is nice. It's important as well. Lost another half second of that chrono boosted production time there. You know, it's not the end of the world, but it is just one of those things. Alright, get back here. Give me that fine SCV ass. Ooh, I'm gonna shock that fool. I'm gonna give you some taser. Apparently probes are just as randy and fucking creepy as SCVs, by the way, guys. Ooh, we pulled him off for a second. That's what we want. That's what we want, guys. Please don't block this. He is happy. And we're gonna block it again because my name is Probius and I'm a dickhead. They never should have minerals for this before minute 40, guys. That's like the earliest. Okay, he does get it down. Was just checking. Alright, this guy's gonna go straight home. He's gonna hide there. Do we have the second pylon on time? Yeah, it's actually not too bad. I didn't check if it was gas first or not, but that's alright. As soon as this guy's gonna hide, after he's gonna collect minerals and then hide in case the dude comes in. We are gonna block the Reaper. So you notice, yeah, he's hiding there.
The firstborn shall persevere. Ire, where shall we march? We are of one mind. The Templar. Combat.
That Stalker started a little bit late.
Let none.
Keep an eye out for Widow Mines.
Here in the shadows. Let our enemy know our fury.
To glory. Forward. Yes, Executor. Ich Najak.
I am the voice of the eclipse.
We serve with pride.
Cold is the void. State thy bidding.
Finished learning.
Looked like just a standard, probably Widow Mine drop build. Hard to say that.
I am the voice of the
Combat awaits.
I am here in the shadows.
They're attacking our cute little probes.
Intriguing.
Ire.
I am the heart of darkness. I am here in the shadows.
Research complete.
You require my skills. Very well. Complete. I am the voice of the eclipse. State thy bidding.
Yes.
We We state I how cold is the void.
Bam, bam, bam.
Our army
Now we
be
need
scrapped.
extra dudes.
We move unseen. I cold. You I
Oh, wrong upgrade.
state thy bidding. I you require my skills. Cold is the void. Very well. For the reckoning. I like what I
I return to serve. My life for iron. My life for iron.
I am the you require my skills.
Research complete. Your upgrade is done.
My life for iron.
Upgrade complete.
We are one.
Still just camping, eh?
My life for iron.
Mineral field depleted.
Let our enemy
Not the pros.
you require. I am the
Is gone.
I am here in the shadows.
Oh, he's actually macroing. Okay.
Intriguing.
It's one of these guys who's just gonna chill.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows. You require.
They're attacking our cute little pros.
State we are one with the shadow.
Here I am, like, where's the attack? Where's the all-in? He's just like, dude,
I am
I'm
the
just
voice.
macroing. I'm like, oh god.
The minerals have up and gone. Mineral field depleted.
And now he's like, okay, now I'll bring, now I'll come. I'm like, okay. I'm not ready for you now, you know?
My life for iron.
I am the
We embrace the glory of battle.
Upgrade complete. Not the probes.
I am here in the shadows.
minerals have up and gone.
Teleport successful.
We shall Casa de Templari.
Time for battle.
There we go. Okay.
Casa focus.
They're attacking our cute little probes. Your upgrade is done. Mineral field depleted. The minerals have up and gone. Finished learning.
Shiravek. Anan Prokal. The skies await. Understood. We embrace the glory of battle.
My man!
We see.
Command. I return to serve.
Casa.
We embrace the glory of battle. Honor guides me. Command me. I like for iron. We are the blades of
We
Our pylon's under attack. Upgrade complete. Mineral field depleted.
we embrace the glory of battle.
The minerals have up and gone.
We embrace
Casa de Templari. Casa.
Mineral field depleted.
Casa de Templari.
my meditation is over. Where do our enemies lurk?
We are Casa de Templari.
My life for iron. The merging is complete.
Research complete.
Who or we?
From the shadows I come.
Alright, we're trying to make some tempests. Trying to make DT blink.
The minerals have up and gone. Well, there's no more gas with this one. Mineral field depleted.
Trying to make another Colossus.
Your upgrade is done.
Direct my vengeance.
The minerals have up and gone.
What would you ask of us?
Mineral field.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Vespene geyser exhausted.
I bask in the twilight.
My light for iron. Our mind. We are the light of
The minerals have up and gone.
Battle is upon us.
Finish the
Battle is upon us.
and
Got him.
out of here.
Where'd the DTs go? Did they get in? I think they got caught.
Your upgrade is done.
Oh, I had a big Zealot Warp in back there somewhere. But yeah, having 14 gate Zealot Warp in the middle of a fight's always nice. Sick upgrades, of course, as well. Just a couple Tempests. They're just there to be like, oi, come and fight me, dickhead. That's like their main function. They're not the most important thing. I should have actually got up a bunch of Colossus earlier instead. Thank you very much for hanging out, guys. Rewind on the storms in the middle. Why not? Let's go have some storm. There's a few stormgasms that came. So there's a big problem I have, guys. Am I wrong, or is he kind of way passive? You mean my opponent, Black Cat? That's how some Terrans choose to play at the moment. Definitely could have done a bit more drops and stuff. So I kept having I have a problem in this matchup where what I do is I tend to use my dumping key as my warp prism key. And this is actually a really bad habit. Because my storm drop key, why am I using my dumping key for it? The problem that happens is it's all good and fine. And then I split some zealots off to do a backstab. I dump them. And obviously that removes my storm drop from my dumping key. So I'm like, what are you doing, piggy? This is one of the big problems I have, where I get in these weird redundant APM cycles in this matchup sometimes, where I mess things up. That Stalker, good micro pig. But I mess things up with that, and I think what I've found is that what I really want to do is use that O key, which I'm underusing, especially in PvT with this style. I often don't have an Oracle out until much later in the game. I'm not putting Tempests on that key till much later in the game. And I think even in the late game, I'd rather just manually control the Tempest. I think it's more important for me to have that Storm drop super accessible, because basically I've got High Templar on L, so basically 2, Main Army on I, High Templar on 2, Warp Prism for that has the High Templar, and the High Templar inside of it is still control grouped as well on 2. But that's on O. So I, L, O, and then full stop is my dumping squad, which I sometimes use for a drop defense squad of Stalkers, because I'm good at microing that around as well. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense, I think. I got to remember to do that. Anyways, the Widowmine drops actually wasted a lot of mining time, but yeah, this guy was like, oh, I'm just going to sit behind my wall, and I was like, where's the 2 base all in? So obviously, me losing my first Observer and then not actively scouting with this was bad. If I had actively poked around with that Observer and seen the 3rd command center, I would have immediately dropped a 4th. I would have taken all 6 gases. I would have gone straight for Storm, and he would have had no chance in this game, I don't think. But because I didn't realize what I was up against, you'll see I paused my probing. And then I'm like, oh, I guess I should chrono a few more probes out. But even here, it's going to be intermittent. You're going to see 2 probes. It's going to drop down to 1 in a second as well. And then none. Because I'm still expecting a 2 base all in. So that's very lazy scouting from me this game, guys. Really lazy scouting. So I should have known that he was going fast 3cc. And then I would have been much more macro heavy. And would have, you know, got myself into a nice situation. I lost a lot of probes there as well. So he actually gets in an economic advantage here. And then I was like, oh, fudge. And that Raven was actually really annoying as well. Killed like a pylon and a bunch of dudes. It's pretty brutal, man. This was a good fight though. I'm getting more used to always having an immortal or 2 in my army, and it makes a big difference. It makes a really big difference. And this was a very bad engage by him. So it's not the best time for him to fight, but it's also just a bad engagement where he just lets himself get way too force fielded here, I found. So one Widow Mine sets off early. The other Widow Mine, I end up going, oh, there's not that many mines. We'll just fight, especially because he just comes too far forward and we just go, oh, okay. Oh. And notice how I move my Stalkers forward and start clicking the medevacs, because I was expecting him to try to pick up and save those units, pick them up and ferry them behind, but he didn't end up doing that. So this was a really bad fight for him. And then we chase a bunch of these units home. And even though that Raven's being a dick, the Phoenix is almost out. We're even on upgrades. We have a 4th base up. If I can just get, you know, a minute to myself, I'll be ahead. He does a Doom drop down the right-hand side. Bit of a risky maneuver, but it does pay off for him. I mean, he loses 1 full medevac, I think. It's okay for him. We've got Storm, 3-3, 4th base. I really want to be up at like 75, maybe even 80 probes. We catch a few more of those units retreating. Zealots go in from that side. Main army pushes in here. I should have split these Zealots into that mineral line here and then just pulled back with my main army. Would have been nice. Would have been nice also if these guys went back in a little bit sooner. If they went back in right there, just killed a bunch of SCVs, that would have been real nice. And then we start our double Robo Colossus transition and eventually Tempests as well. Oh, he goes for another Widow Mine drop. Didn't even notice that. 3 Stalkers and a cannon well positioned. And we're just setting up cannons and Stormy boys all over the place. And then I've got like, okay, big Zealot counter. I'm like, okay, let's try and kill this Planetary and go in. Now, my big mistake here is that I left behind a bit. So when I go in here, these High Templar are trailing behind. The idea is you want to move in, click the Planetary, storm it. Number 1, he's way too close. I'm like, oh shit, he's already here. So even though we land, you know, some storms on that, it's like not great. I'm like, fuck, get this army up. Now you gotta remember, I've already killed every worker on that natural, and we're killing his rally. He's done the high-level Terran thing that you guys always see me focus on, where they always have their rally too far out. You should have your rally like here or something like that. And then this sort of counterattack is usually not quite as deadly, and you want to reset it to your high ground. Obviously, he wasn't multitasking quite as well as he wanted to. But, and then we start the 5 minutes of Stormgasm is what we're gonna witness in a little moment. So I'm like, shit. But then notice how I'm manually pressing stop on my Warp Prism a lot of the time. I'm going drop, click on the Warp Prism, and then I'm realizing, wait, I don't want to actually present too many targets for EMP. So I'm pressing stop, and I'm just letting 1 High Templar storm twice, and then dropping more High Templar as needed. One of the big mistakes you can make with this Storm drop is just dropping all 4 High Templar in the same position, getting them EMP'd or focused down, and being like, oh, fuck. The Warp Prism is this beautiful cage of bullshit that can protect all your stormy energy, and that's why we always keep it with at least 3 High Templar in it, if not 4, and then I keep 1 or 2 or 3 on the ground as well. I like to have a shitload of Storm available so that it makes it really difficult for your opponent to EMP everything. So we tried to Storm drop there, didn't quite get it. And then, yeah, we get ready for a DT backstab. I decided to not go in with this because I said, you know what, let's wait to attack 2 sides or wait till he's on the map or something. And I'm like making sure he can't attack. I'm on 80 probes. We're going up to 14 gateways. You know, we're doing real good. DT's going to come in here and start just hitting his units. And I'm like, oh, you're going out that way? So I'm like, okay, spread these DTs first of all. So if he does start scanning and EMPing and tries to base trade up in this direction, he's going to keep running into DTs and they're steadily going to kill most of his army. This is not a big force, right? My army is not that big. I've got a few Tempests and a Colossus coming. Still not the highest, most high-powered units, but we Storm dropped there and got a good Storm on the tail end of his army. We've got 1 more beautiful Storm there, and we saved all the High Templar. So I love protecting them in that cage. You know, I've decided, fuck microing other units. Let's just micro my High Templar and my Warp Prism. As long as we do that well, we'll probably be winning this game, right? Fuck microing everything. My other units just run in and out as a blob. I don't even focus on them anymore. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just use me Storm properly and we can win. More stormies. More stormies, more stormies. Wrong button.
Upgrade.
Again. Let's watch that again. So he's gonna come up here, right?
Ready to plunder.
And this Colossus, I was like, it's just down here with his DT helping out. High Templar are dropping. Get a nice storm there. Another nice storm over here. Do we? Maybe not. Another storm. Oh, no, that. And then 14 Zealots come in, and apparently I warped in more Zealots up there, or they were like spread across these bases from earlier. I don't know where those Zealots came from. When did those Zealots get warped in? How long were they sitting there? Guess these are ones I just forgot to control group, or... Oh, I remember. I was going to send them in with the DTs for a backstab. So I think I warped these Zealots in like right now, right? Or were they actually to intercept his army? Maybe I was... Oh, I was thinking if he pushes up here, we can have Zealots with the High Templar and Storm, and like he can't push through High Templar cannons with a Zealot warp in. Or it's just... Oh, it's just because my warp prism wasn't set up, so I just warp in Zealots there at some point in the middle of all this. I don't even remember this. I guess I thought I rallied those down, but I didn't. Oh, yeah, because I clicked the DTs in. I thought I clicked the DTs in, but I guess I misclicked that, because I thought I grabbed the Zealots, grabbed the DTs, clicked them all down there, but I somehow fucked that up. I somehow didn't bring them down. If they got here a bit earlier, this would have been amazing, because we end up losing most of our Colossus, which kind of sucks. End of the day, it works out. It works out.